Welcome everyone to this free webinar organized by Doxity in collaboration with University of Modena and Reggio Emilia. I'm Vittoria, and on behalf of Doxity, I welcome you and thank you very much for connecting with us today and to take this opportunity to know this fantastic university in Italy. We are expecting many people from many different countries, and for that reason, if you want, you can leave a greeting in the chat and write to us from which country you are connecting. We will love to know. For those who are connecting, as I said, welcome everyone. My name is Vittoria, and thank you to be here with us today. And I ask you to be with us a few minutes to wait for the other to connect. In the meantime, if you want, you can leave a greeting in the chat. I see. Hi from Nepal. I'm from Nigeria. And at the end of the webinar, we are going to have a question and answer section where you could ask your question directly to our panel in the Q&A box or directly in the chat. I ask you to stay until the end in order to request the certificate of attendance of this webinar. And thank you to be here. And today we have an excellent panelist who come to represent the University of Modena and Reggio Emilia. We are here with Professor Luca Selmi, full professor of electronics at the University of Modena and Reggio Emilia, Professor Giulio Alessina, Associate Professor of Applied Thermodynamics and Fluid Mechanics, Professor Simone Calderara, full Professor of Machine and Deep Learning, Professor Matteo Giacopini, full Professor of Machine Design, Professor Alessandro Capra, Rector Delegate to Internalization, and Ida Michela Malizia, Student Benefit to the Right of the Study Office. So thank you to be here. And now we are going to start this free webinar entitled Engineering Excellence at UNIMORE, Your Path to Innovation in Italy. And we will discover this fantastic university and all the program of engineering. At the end, we are going to have a Q&A section, so feel free to write your question in the Q&A box or in the chat. And I ask you to stay until the end in order to request a certificate of attendance with this webinar. And now the webinar is going to start. Thank you. So I think, Professor, the floor is yours.
Okay. So I think I'm the first one, okay? To start, just a few words about myself. I'm Professor Matteo Giacopini. As said before, I'm full professor here at the engineering department in Ferrari of the University of Modena in machine design, and I'm also the coordinator of the master degree course in Advanced Automotive Engineering, which is the first master degree course will be presented in this webinar. Actually, the course is organized here at the University of Modena, but it's part of, let me say, a wider project that involves all the University of Emilia-Romagna within a special program which is called MUNER, which is a Motor Vehicle University of Emilia-Romagna. MUNER is the result of this joint venture between the different universities of Emilia-Romagna, which are Modena, Bologna, Parma, and Ferrara, and all the automotive company that we have here in the Emilia-Romagna region, which are one of the most important automotive company worldwide, obviously. From the project is born considering the special, somehow one of the special character of this region, okay, which is full of company, tracks, museum, all built and organized around the world of automotive. Just to introduce, okay, what MUNER is, and in particular what we mean with the Motorcycle University of Emilia-Romagna, we have a short video, just a couple of minutes, to introduce the course itself.
Can you imagine the cars and the motorcycles of the future? Will they be connected to everything? How will their design change? How will the engine of tomorrow work? Maybe motor vehicles will turn on just with a glimpse, or be as fast as your thoughts. The truth is that imagination requires talent, but above all, skills and training tools that only a great university can offer. This is the reason why UNIMORE, the Motor Vehicle University of Emilia-Romagna, was born. A campus as big as an entire region, where the brands that made the history of the automotive industry and the main universities of Emilia-Romagna merged together to design the 9 automotive engineering careers of the future in electric vehicle engineering, electronic and communication system, autonomous driving engineering, advanced powertrain, advanced motorcycle engineering, advanced sports car manufacturing, high-performance car design, racing car design, off-highway vehicle engineering. All of them under 3 master's degrees with an innovative learning by doing approach. The most famous automotive companies in the world put their know-how and the most innovative technologies at the service of students to train the engineers of tomorrow directly through their professionals. With MUNER, the most talented students will shift from designing to testing within the most renowned manufacturers with the skills of those already pursuing the future and bringing it forward. Start here and keep writing the history of 2 and 4 wheels. If you are an engineer with passion for automotive, if you have strong skills and a multidisciplinary curiosity, join UNIMORE, the University of Motor Vehicle that will drive you into the future. Find out more at www.motorvehicleuniversity.com.
Yeah, as the video said, the program consists of the organization of 3 master degree courses: one in electronic vehicle engineering, one in electric vehicle engineering, one in electronic engineering for intelligent vehicle, and one in advanced automotive engineering. The first 2 master degrees are organized by different universities. In particular, the first electric vehicle engineering is organized by University of Bologna, the second one by the University of Parma, while the University of Modena is in charge of the organization of the 3rd master degree course, the one in advanced automotive engineering. That is the one that I'm going to introduce you. The course is, as the scheme here highlights, is organized considering 6 different profiles, 6 different curricula. And I'm going to spend a few words, okay, in order to introduce each single curriculum. The different profiles, the different curricula have the aim or aim at covering, okay, the whole aspect, okay, of a modern vehicle. So we have a curriculum focused on the design of advanced powertrain, where all the topics, okay, related to modern powertrain or propulsion system are included, such as internal combustion engines with even, let me say, non-traditional innovative fueling, such as e-fuels, hydrogen, and so on, electric powertrains, and obviously hybrid architectures. This course has 40 seats dedicated, and obviously it's a master degree course, so it's a 2-year course, and is organized a part in Modena and part in Bologna. Just a few words about this. even if the university in charge of the organization of the course is Modena, okay, some of the curriculum are entirely, okay, organized within the Modena campus, while the other, okay, shares a common first semester in Modena, and then students are asked to move, okay, to the other university of Munich, as I introduced you before. So in the case of advanced powertrain, we have some students that stay in Modena for the whole 2 years, while other students, okay, move to Bologna after the first semester. We have a second curriculum in advanced motorcycle engineering, as the name suggests, is dedicated to the development of motorcycles. And as a vehicle, considering both the engine, the powertrain, and the chassis, and the overall vehicle. In this case, students stay the first semester in Modena and the other 3 semesters in Bologna. We have advanced sport car manufacturing. In this case, again, as the name suggests, the focus is not on the design of the vehicle itself, but the main focus is the organization of the manufacturing processes, the production lines, and everything related, okay, to the manufacturing of vehicle instead of the design of the components of vehicle themselves. Again, the first semester is organized in Modena, while the other 3 semesters, okay, are organized in Bologna. Then we have a couple of curricula dedicated to the design. They are more or less complementary, okay, with the powertrain curriculum. In this case, they are more focused on the design of vehicles, and we mean in this case with vehicles everything a part of the powertrain. In this case, we have the high performance car design curriculum, which is focused on the design or with the analysis of vehicle dynamics or structural dynamics, aerodynamic of vehicles or high performance vehicle. And in this case, the whole curriculum, okay, is organized in the Modena campus, while the racing car design curriculum, which is quite similar, okay, again, the main focus is the vehicle, not the powertrain, but oriented, okay, to not only, let me say, high performance cars, but to racing cars. In this case, main changes are related to the materials involved. Here we're speaking about lightweight design, so a lot of carbon fiber component, apply dynamics, apply aerodynamics, and everything that somehow it's strictly related, okay, to a racing vehicle. In this case, we have the first year, okay, organized in the Modena campus, while the second year is fully organized within the Dallara headquarters in Varano de Melegari in Parma. Finally, we have the 6th profile, the 6th curriculum, which is off-highway vehicle engineering. In this case, again, as the name suggests, the focus is the design of particular vehicles, which are off-highway vehicles, which with all, okay, the peculiar aspect, okay, that involve the design of such let's say particular and complex vehicle, okay, full of particular dynamic behaviors, thermomechanic interactions, a lot of even autonomous driving, precision farming, and everything is connected to a modern off-highway application. Again, the first semester is shared with the other curriculum in Modena, while the other 3 semesters of the whole course are organized in the Bologna campus. In an let me say, in a horizontal way, okay, we have a lot of labs and hands-on activities shared by the different profiles, where students are allowed to enter the labs at the university, but also labs that are somehow into the companies, okay, that are partner of the project. So we've seen before a list of logos, okay, of the different companies which are directly involved, okay, even in sharing their labs for activities for students. We have also a lot of seminars and co-teaching, okay, by engineers of the different companies that support the project, and as we've seen before. And we have the possibility to have visit and extracurricular activities directly at the facilities and headquarters of the different companies. Finally, okay, within all the profiles or the curricula, we have a lot of learning by doing projects that students somehow can select, okay, as extracurricular activities or curricular or as a curricular activities, such as former students, motor students. All the university have at least one team of motor student, one team of former student, and students enrolled, okay, in every curriculum can obviously take part to these activities. Just some few technical information about the admission of the course. We have a limited number of seats, which is 140 seats dedicated, distributed, okay, among the different curricula. And we have two different calls, okay, for a student. In particular, we have a call dedicated for extra-European students with 21 dedicated seats. The call usually open the beginning of January, okay, and it's open for a couple of months till the first week of March, more or less. While we have a second call for European student or extra-European student legally residing in Italy. In this case, we have the remaining 119 seats dedicated for this second call that usually open, okay, around the 1st of May and closes at the end of June, 1st of July. Just a few words about the requirements. Okay, we have some mandatory requirements. That is a minimum score for Italian student in the Italian with Italian rules of 95 out of 110. That is translated, okay, for extra European student in a parallel mark, or at least, okay, a declaration, okay, to be into the top 30%, okay, of the class. Then obviously we ask a strong background in this case of the course in Advanced Automotive Engineering, in particular in industrial or mechanical engineering. And then we need a certified knowledge of the English language, at least at B2 level. And then we have some strongly encouraged requirements, not strong requirements or mandatory requirements are the one that I listed before. Okay, so to be passionate, obviously, with the automotive and in general, okay, with the competition, racing, and similars. Few numbers at the end of the presentation. As we said before, we have 140 places offered last year, and we have completing all the seats. We have over 1,000 contacts, okay, for admission. And just to give you an idea, okay, of the results, more or less 80% of students graduated with honors in time. 95 students, okay, are employed within 1 year of graduation. 30% of the students employed, okay, by one of the companies supporting the project. And this is all, okay, from my side, okay, about the organization of this specific master degree course, and I'm obviously available to answer possible question at the end of the webinar.
Thanks, Matteo. I guess we are autonomous there. Moving on to the next presenter. Probably.
Yes, I can introduce you, Simone, if you want.
No, it's not a problem. I can do it myself. So let me just share the screen. Okay, hope you can see the slides. So good afternoon. I'm Professor Simone Calderara. I'm full professor of machine learning and deep learning, and I will briefly describe our program in artificial intelligence engineering, which is indeed a master program. So basically you start with a bachelor degree, and it is advised that you have a bachelor degree in computer engineering or computer science, but it can be also in all related fields, but we ask for some proficiency with programming language and a basic knowledge of machine learning. So at the beginning of the presentation, I will just describe you about the course, so basically about its structure, and then I will just show you a brief overview of the exam, of the teachings, and some application that were done by our student. So basically the course is organized in 2 tracks. So you can select at the moment of enrollment on which track you prefer to perform your master degree. It's obviously full English taught. And it shares a certain degree of flexibility in the sense that every track gives you a set of mandatory courses, but at the end you can complete it with some eligible courses as well, and you can select whatever you want to complete your university career. And obviously, being on artificial intelligence, and since it's a very hot but also some very modern and changing topic, it's always updated on the modern and the most modern techniques in the field. So in general, and that's also apply for most of the Italian master degree program. The course is organized in ECTS, and every ECTS is 8 hours of teaching, and all our exams are 9 ECTS, so 72 hours of teaching. And we have also some related topic exams that are 6 ECTS, so basically 48 hours of teaching. And at the end of the course, there's a mandatory internship. It can be either in a company or inside a university lab, but it is mandatory at the end of the master degree program. So basically at the time of enrolling, you must select a track, and the track are organized in a way that there's a portion of mandatory teachings, and some of them can also be picked from the other track. So you can just select one track and pick some mandatory teachings from the other track as well. And you can also pick some exam from all the computer engineering courses there at the Department of Engineering at Ferrari. And in general, the structure is like this. You have 5 mandatory exams for every track, and then you have 2 elective exams that can be picked from the other track or computer engineering course as well. And you have 2 exams that are belonging to the so-called related modules. I will list them briefly in a few slides. And then you have 18 ECTS that are totally elective. So you can pick whatever exam you want in the UNIMORE teaching software as well. And at the end, you have the stage, so the internship and the thesis writing as well. So what about the tracks? We have 2 tracks. So the first one is the one related to application of AI, and the second one about the large-scale AI system. And as concerned the application, so the first two mandatory exams are machine learning and deep learning, which is taught by me, and computer vision and cognitive system, which is taught by Professor Cucchiara, which just give you the basis on top of which you can build some more advanced system. And in the case of application, we selected 3 specific applications. So the first one is related to AI and medicine, so basically bioinformatics and medical imaging as well. And you have also some application related to sensors, so IoT and 3D intelligent system. And eventually you have some application related to robotics in the smart robotics course. As for the large scale program, so the first 2 exams stays the same. As I was mentioning, they just give you the basis. So it's your cornerstone on top of which you can build your mastership in the program. And then you have 3 different exams related to scaling AI to large scale systems, so distributed ones, and multimedia data processing systems, and the scalable AI, which is taught in cooperation with NVIDIA. And as for the electives, those are some exams that you can pick to complete your program, and basically this stems from decision making and operative research. And you have some exams related to connectivity, some quantum computing as well, and user experience design for designing interfaces in the programming system. And you also can select some AI or machine learning exams in operation supply chain management, automotive cybersecurity, and neuroscience as well, if you are interested in. You can find all the information about the admission requirement and dates on the website, which is ingimf.unimore.it. And obviously it's in English, so don't worry. And you can find it everything here, and also the deadlines for the application. We have just a single shot application, so you can apply to that, and we have some seats that are reserved for foreign students. And this is just a quick example of some applications that were developed by our students, so during their master thesis, basically. So they stems from video analysis or person behavior understanding to sports analysis. And in this case, you see a basketball field and you are trying to predict the movement of basketball players. On the right, you see there's some Earth observation system in which AI is applied to spot some points on the surface in which there's the spread of specific disease. In this case, it's West Nile as well. And you have an example up there of medical imaging in which you want to check if the moles are maybe potentially dangerous or not. Here you have an application of vision and language as well. And here you have some analysis of DNA sequences. So that's it from my side. So I'm leaving the field to the next colleague.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I guess also in my case, I will introduce myself directly. So just a second that I share the screen here. Okay, should be full screen now. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so good morning or good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lucas Selmi, and I'm Professor of Electronics Engineering, and thank the organizers for giving the opportunity to present our teaching offer in this newly redesigned master degree that we hold in English since quite a few years. I will start with a quite obvious statement. Basically, whatever challenge or vision we address, we consider among the many that we are facing nowadays, whether it be climate, energy, health, and so on, it is quite clear that none of these challenges can be effectively addressed today without a massive deployment of novel electronic hardware technologies. And this is very simply just because electronics is already now in every aspect in our life, whether we see it directly or not. So, however, the pace at which electronics electronics is needed is increasing. We are experiencing an unprecedented growth in the demand for advanced electronics. This is causing competition for the chips, for the electronic circuits. It's causing commercial wars, but it is also generating huge investments going. And in these investments all over the major countries in the world, electronics education is at the forefront, simply because without proper hardware, nothing can happen. Hardware, electronic hardware, is the driving force of most innovations. So electronics is really intelligence inside, is what makes any kind of new innovative application, whether it be in agriculture, in connectivity, in smart cities, in buildings, in whatever, smart. And the ambition we had as professors when we decided to redesign this electronic engineering course at UNIMORE is been indeed to provide students with the knowledge they need to design and operate this complex smart hardware that in general manipulates information and energy, and that makes everything more sustainable and more compatible with environmental. The reason why we think we can do that, and we are doing this effectively, is basically that we embrace a research-driven and project-based in electrical engineering education pathways. And the reason why we think we can do this is that the professors in electronics engineering are participating actually to a very large number of international projects that connects them to the most recent topics. These are just a few of those that are running, from very advanced materials used to fabricate new transistors with ultra high efficiency and ultra low voltage operation. New semiconductors, some of you may be familiar with gallium nitride, which is at the forefront at the moment for energy applications. Brain electronics interfaces and emulation of brain operation in circuits, because that is extremely energy efficient way to make a computation, and down to sensors for the automotive. Of course, you've already heard about the importance of vehicle engineering in the so-called Motor Valley, where Modena is, or agriculture and other applications. So in building this study program, we thought that today's needs, but also tomorrow's. And we identified two main areas where electronic systems are actually used and needed. And we built two curricula around these two areas. One area is that of intelligent electronic systems. This is where electronics is used to generate, to create data, to transform or compute with data, and to transfer, so to communicate information. But there is also an equally important area for electronics, which is advanced power electronics. This is where electronic systems are used to generate efficiently or store efficiently or transform electrical energy, for instance, from mechanical to electrical or vice versa. And efficiency is again a keyword, because any percentage lost in the process can be extremely detrimental. So in the second pillar of our redesign has been to let the students choose the best for themselves according to their inclination and to their passions. So we have very few compulsory courses for about 24 ECTS. And then a first choice is between these two curricula, whether it be intelligent systems or advanced power electronics. But then additional choices can be exerted during the final years with elective courses, traineeships, and the thesis itself. So let's dwell a little bit more into this program. Concerning compulsory courses, I will say little. We have basically 4 modules organized in 3 exams, and they start from basic technologies and devices. We needed to know about how transistors are made with new materials and how their performance can be improved for different applications. We moved toward hardware and software co-design because systems must be designed looking at the full stack. And then we moved from the circuits into the systems. These three courses provide basic, let's say, methods for advanced problems in electronics engineering, whether they be in robotics, in automotive, in sensing, in whatever. But let's give a look at the two curricula now, starting with the intelligent electronic systems. Now, information is about this curriculum. So information is encoded in electrons and in photons. And nowadays, and in the future years, will be even more so, we are seeing a convergence of electronics and photonics. So in this curriculum, we make sure that the student learns how to manage, how to drive electrons to do what he wants, with an eye on emerging nanoelectronics, on computer-aided design, along the whole stack, from the technology to the system. This is key for industry, and it is key for efficient design nowadays, and how to manage photons, and also in new fields like quantum and integrated photonics, and how to manage information in networks, in Internet of Things devices, and also with an eye to these learning algorithms that are becoming very popular and that you've seen and heard about from my predecessor. Similar thoughts about the APE curriculum. So if you want to work with electronics for power, you need to know how to manage power, how to convert power, how to control power. And here, let me just highlight a couple of very important courses that are brand new in our curricula. This wide bandgap semiconductor power devices. This is all the area that I was mentioning before, GaN, SiC, semiconductors, and so on. High performance electric drives. You know that lots of motors and mechanics is being replaced with direct driving of electrical motors and electromechanical systems, which are also extremely important. Now, the basic choices that I illustrated before are actually enriched by elective courses. I'm here mentioning just a few, and you will see here, I noticed some question about this, about wireless systems and so on. And for instance, with automotive technologies, ranging, automotive connectivity, MIMO radars, industrial robotics, and so on. But also, we like to avail ourselves and to enrich our teaching offer with international courses and seminar series. These are a few of the ones that have been organized in the last years, which can be chosen as electives by the students, and they typically cover very updated knowledge on key areas: green photonics, biosensing, optical system design, and so on, network control systems, and so on and so forth. The other area where the student can exercise his choices is, of course, projects, because I mentioned the project-based learning by doing, let's say, approach. We have several laboratories, photonics laboratories, automation laboratory, vehicle communication, opto, micro nanoelectronics, and so on and so forth. And you can find the whole list at this link that will be left with the presentation. Okay, but we can also give the student these possibilities thanks to the links that we have with many different European research laboratories, as I already mentioned. So the projects that we assign with the ideas behind these projects are always tightly linked with advanced projects. And this generates a network of contacts where the student can benefit, of course, of all these links. Another option is, of course, industry. It has already been mentioned. Emilia-Romagna region is one of the richest and most enterprising regions in Italy. In general, with special flavor about vehicle, but in general. And as electronic engineering, we have contacts with 120 more than 120 companies. But besides the number, I would like to emphasize the strategic collaborations that we have with some of the major worldwide players in the field of electronics. Infineon Technologies, which is an IDM, so they manufacture components. Marwell, which is a phablet designer. ST Microelectronics, very present in Europe. NXP, CNH Industrial, and of course also the companies in the automotive sector, in the power sector, and so on and so forth. And these give opportunities for our students for traineeships. Of course, as many other course of studies, we enjoy having a university which is tightly international, strongly international, so with lots of Erasmus Plus collaborations and overseas collaborations with America and Canada, which can give additional opportunities. Among these opportunities, there is one last option that I would like to mention, which is maybe of interest for South American, from students from South America, which is the possibility of a double degree, okay, with the Universidade Tecnológica Federal do Paraná in Brazil, which means that basically you enroll at both universities, you spend 1 year in each, and in the end you get a title, a degree, which is recognized, legally valid in both countries. And we had students both sides attending this double degree course. So in a nutshell, why should you hopefully decide to join electrical engineering at UNIMORE? I hope I gave some example that we have this newly redesigned master program that addresses current and future challenges in electronic engineering education with cutting edge contents. There is an ideal student-professor balance. I did not talk much about this. Excellent job opportunities thanks to the many companies in the area. Strong connections with leading companies of research for trainees and so on, and outstanding options for projects, traineeships, and double degrees. So concerning the enrollment, let me just point out that this is the link to the call. I would like to emphasize that the call is now open and it's closing December 16. We are accepting registrations at the moment. There are a few quite not very stringent, actually, prerequisites, okay, in terms of mathematics, physics, electronics, in general information technologies, a CGPA higher than 3/4 of the maximum score, which is not too strict, selective, because we have lots of applications, but not too selective, and English knowledge at the B2 level. And with this, I leave you with the contacts to the website. The link is a bit longer than the one of my predecessor. The description of the courses, the people that is following directly these registrations, and I hope that with I convinced you that really electronic engineering is intelligence inside, and that you will make a choice for our university. And therefore, I look forward to seeing you in Modena, or at least to receive more questions later. Thank you for following this short presentation.
Thank you, Professor Selmi. I will jump in to complete the queue. I'm Professor Allesina, and I will present you in a minute. I'm waiting for the share. So, Professor Selmi, if you can stop sharing the screen, I can jump in.
Yes, sorry, just a second. Okay, here it is.
Okay. So let me try this again. Okay. So Very good. So I will take a few minutes to present you the new master degree program in sustainable industrial engineering. We are talking about a master degree, so is designed to students that already had a bachelor degree, generally speaking, in the industrial sector. Our motto is looking to the future of industrial engineering, where we attempted this experiment that started 1 year ago. So now we have the second year of students enrolling for the program and waiting for you for the third year. The experiment is that this is a new facility that is sited in Carpi, that is 15 minutes by train from the Modena city center. And also because we decided to create a master degree that was broadly addressed to the requirements of companies in the framework here. So the goals are to graduate students that are capable of leading innovation in a wide range of possible industrial frameworks. So we have very different companies here, where some of those already were presented by my colleagues before. They range from very precise mechanics, injection molding, fabrication, sheet metal working, welding, and things like that. So it is required to have engineers that can broadly provide innovation within these companies. On top of that, we added the goal and the requirement to learn about sustainability. That is, again, a broad concept. Is not only environmental sustainability, but is all the key aspects that are required to have a company that can sustain the production, to continue to operate in a profitable way. And then the last idea is to add some new aspects to the classical, let's say, industrial engineering program. So students here will study also some ICT, artificial intelligence, robotics, and new materials. Okay, so going in more technical details, sustainable industrial engineering is a master degree of the mechanical engineers. So when you graduate here, you will graduate as mechanical engineer in the end. All the courses entirely taught in English. For the enrollment, there are some requirements in terms of the GDP or final grade. So it's required to know the English, is required to have, generally speaking, an industrial background as bachelor degree, generally speaking, and there's a minimum GDP that will 2/3 of the maximum that you can reach within your bachelor degree. Looking at the list of the courses that are taught here, so you can see if some of you already browsed some industrial engineering program, you will see most of these courses in many of the engineering program, but you can see some additional features that are, for example, the term sustainability that is repeated here and there to add new key aspects to all the exams, as well specific things, as I told you before, like composite materials, automation, IoT and artificial intelligence, and for example, fiber materials engineering. So on top of that, again, the other challenge that is for the professors here is that we also try to use some innovative way of teaching. So we have, for most of the classes, the seminars that are held by CEOs or directors of selected companies that will most of the time give challenge that need to be solved by the students here. This creates a hands-on environment to learn. So there's is balanced the theoretical part together with the laboratory or to the group working part of the teaching experience, or the learning experience, sorry. We have field trips to local industries and internship with these within companies that allow also a fast track, we hope, for them find your place in the market framework here. Okay. Again, so other features are team working that is used in most of the teaching here, case studies and challenges by companies and by professors, and the additional aspects like transitional thinking in order to understand system innovation in general. Here is a short list of more than 60 companies that already send enrollment, support material to the course. So they are very wide in terms of what they are doing here. And then I will spend a couple of words on the facility. Again, because this was an experiment, the idea is that to create a new facility, and the facility is the last arrow, the blue arrow on the far right. But you can see the other two arrows are pointing to the train station that is exactly next to the new facility, as well as the city center. So students can learn in a new facility, but also is available for transportation from Modena or from Mantova through train station, or they can walk by the underpassage to the city center. The new facility is near zero energy building that was created in 2023. We started the teaching here in 2023, and now is, as I told you before, in the second year. We have 4 150 students capacity classes, 3 for 50 students, laboratories, mechanical shop, and then we're tenured and graduate staff offices. Okay, this is a layout of the facility as well. So concluding my few minutes on the course, this is what we are thinking for students have a mechanical or industrial in general engineering background. If they want to be challenged in order to create engineers that are capable of bringing innovation broadly to the companies that have supported the creation of this course. If you have a specific question, I will be here for the Q&A part of the presentation. But generally speaking, we want you to be ready to be hired in a high-profile position, to learn and gain skills that are highly required by the industrial sector, to study in a brand new facility, and generally to be graduated in sustainable industrial engineering. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening or good afternoon, depending on the time zone. This is Ida from Student Services Office. I'm going to share my screen. Here it is. Should be working. Yes. Okay, great. And I'm here to show you services and benefits we provide students with. We are a central office, just to make it clear. So we do not belong to any specific department, but we are an administrative office and we are there for all students. As Student Service Office, we provide you benefits and services in collaboration with Ergo, but also private institutions and companies. Ergo is the regional authority for the right to higher education here in Emilia-Romagna. We work very closely with Ergo to ensure that your needs are met. In this presentation, I will focus on fee exemption and fee reduction, which are key issues for international students. And I'm also going to show you other financial aid which we offer our students. Let's start saying that UNIMORE and Ergo together support students throughout your career. So we are there to support you with benefits and services throughout your career. We issue the calls and set out terms and conditions to access benefits. Through Ergo's website, you can apply for scholarship, accommodation, catering or dining service, which are benefits directly run by Ergo. And you can also apply for no tax area, fee reduction or flat tax, which are benefits run by university. So, as you can see, every institution is responsible for its own benefits. Let's go in details. Let's talk about fee exemption and reduction. You can choose between two options, and you can apply online through Ergo website. The first option is no tax area or fee reduction. If you want to apply for these benefits, you have to collect your foreign income and assets documentation and apply online at Ergo's webpage. What does it mean? It means that your fees will be calculated according to your economic condition. Those documents you are collecting in order to apply for no tax area and fee reduction will also be required for Ergo's benefits. On the other hand, you have flat tax. If you want to apply for flat tax, you don't need to collect your foreign income and assets documentation. You just have to apply online at Ergo's webpage. This means that your fees will be calculated according to your home country gross domestic product. So to sum up again, if you want to apply for no tax area fee reduction, remember that your documentation about economic condition is required, and the amount of fees you have to pay may change after Ergo's check, if, for example, your documentation is not complete. On the other hand, if you want to apply for flat tax, no documentation about foreign income and assets is required, and your amount of fees won't change under any circumstances. We will focus on them right now, but these are the key information. If you choose the procedure no tax area fee reduction, as we said before, your documentation about foreign income and assets is required. Ergo has a dedicated page showing which documents are required. No tax area means that low-income students are eligible for total fee exemption, which means that no tuition is required except for a minimum amount, which is approximately 160 euros. As a freshman, you have this exemption just according to your household income. On second year onwards, also academic requirements must be met. Fee reduction means that for higher incomes, the fees increase on a sliding scale. We also have a specific exemption, which is called top student, for high-performing students. So for those who got their first degree with the highest score and decide to enroll to a master degree. Here we go again in detail, talking about flat tax. So if you come from specific extra-European countries, you can apply for a fixed amount fee, which is called flat tax. Before I read in the chat box that some of you are texting from Nigeria, Ghana, Nepal, Pakistan. We have those countries in this specific list. Low-income students are eligible for flat tax, which allows you to pay approximately 510 euros. And once again, no documentation about foreign income and assets is required. Here you find some other examples or financial aid that we can offer to our students. We have specific benefits from students enrolling in STEM courses, and we have a very prestigious and important scholarship granted by Formula One to students enrolling in Advanced Automotive Engineering Master Degree Program. And also, local and national institutions and companies provide our students with scholarship and economic award because we are in a very rich and vibrant region. I think I've told you the main basic information. I'll stop here because for sure there will be many questions. Thank you for your attention, and of course, I'm available for your question. Thank you.
I would like to thank you very much, all our panelists, and I think we have a last presentation. Aaron.
Hi, everybody. My name is Aaron Zoccarato. I'm a university employee in the International Relations Office, and I am replacing today Professor Capra, who could not take part to this event. So now I'm introducing our university, who is one of the oldest universities in Italy and in the world. We are dealing with more than 25,000 students enrolled in the first, second, and third level courses of study, and with over 1,400 teaching, research, and technical administrative staff. UNIMORE is one of the largest universities in the world, and it is organized as a network of sites in Modena and Reggio Emilia, for example. It consists of 13 departments and has one faculty and one school. In addition to there is the city of Mantua and the city of Carpi, as well as interdepartmental centers located in the two provinces of Modena and Reggio Emilia, where teaching, research, and third mission are related, support activities, and technology transfer services are carried out. Now I will show you just a brief video about our university. So thank you very much. Now we can go on with the questions and answers, I think.
Yes, I would like to thank you everyone for their interesting presentation and for giving us the opportunity to learn more about this fantastic university. And now we are going to start the Q&A part of this event. Don't be shy and keep writing in the Q&A box or in the chat all your doubts and questions. So I'm going to start to read the first one, and I would like to recall the fact that in the next day you are going to receive the record of the webinar and additional material about the University of Modena and Reggio Emilia. Okay, so I read a very interesting question about are there any lecture available online or recorder section for later viewing? Or all the lecture are in presence? I don't know who would like to answer.
I think that maybe I can say something and others will correct. I don't think there is a general rule, let's say, imposed. However, usually most of us deliver the lectures in presence, but they also record them and make available recordings afterwards to the minimum. Some also provide online streaming, so it depends a little bit on the professors, at least as far as I know. For instance, in my case, I record and make them available immediately, but I do not stream runtime, okay? Others also do the streaming, but in general, in additional support of audiovisual recordings is made available, I would say, by the vast majority of the professors. At least that's my perception. Maybe someone wants to comment also.
Well, I agree with Luke. It depends basically on every single teaching. We encourage the presence because it gives you much more than following the lessons online. Also because our classes are not so packed of students, so you can still have some interaction with the professor, which is a plus, I think, of a university of our side. So you will most often talk with your professor. You can also discuss with them about your doubts, but not just related to the field you are studying, but also to the topics in general. So I think presence is a plus. Nevertheless, I think in my case, I'm also giving some video lectures that are available. So you can use them if you, for some reason, skip a lesson. It can be whatever reason you want. But I really feel that being present is definitely better. It just gives you much more than following the video lectures.
Yeah, for us, it's more or less the same. Also, in the case of Advanced Automotive Engineering, is hardly recommended to attend the courses in presence due to even the labs activity, the interaction with student, interaction with company engineers. So the plus of the course, okay, is the direct interaction, okay, with the motor valley, okay. So it's it lose one strong and important column of the course, the fact that one want to attend the course, let me say, remotely, okay. So also in the case of our course, we have some pre-recorded, pre-registered lessons, something that you can use if you, for example, if you skip a single lesson or a week, or for international student, if you arrive later, okay, in the semester, or if you have to maybe go home for a period, okay, we can somehow arrange, okay, a solution, okay, for some special case, but in general, okay, strongly recommended, okay, to think about the course if you are capable to attend it in person.
Yeah, completing the discussion, same for us. After the pandemic event, the governance of the university strongly believe that attending in presence is adding value to the learning experience. So even if it's not mandatory, is highly recommended. There are some professors that will allow the sharing of recorded lessons. But again, this is I'm talking about exception and not the regular thing. I also take the chance to answer some of the questions. Many of you are asking about PhD programs. I think this is not the right moment in time. We are discussing basically just the master degrees that were presented today.
Okay, thank you very much. Another question is about, I see them, some of the questions are answered yet. So what are the scholarship opportunity available in artificial intelligence engineering?
Well, we don't have a different program with respect to the UNIMORE university, so you have access to the same scholarship opportunity for all the courses. And I think they were mentioned before by Ida, if I remember correctly. And I don't know if I think she's no more there.
Yeah, here I have.
Okay.
Here
Are you
I
here?
have.
Okay, so probably you can answer to this student better than me.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Well, we have special scholarship granted by Formula One for Advanced Automotive Engineering courses. This is what I said before, but we have scholarship for all master degree students, okay? So through Ergo, which is the regional authority for higher education here in Emilia-Romagna, you can apply for a scholarship, okay? Which is not linked to the master degree you're going to attend, but is a scholarship which wants to support you during your studies. What you have to do is collect your documentation and apply online next year when the online application will be available. There's still time, so you can check out the kind of documents which are required and ask for a scholarship. If you apply for a scholarship for a certain master degree and then you want to you change your idea, so you apply, or you are accepted in another master degree, don't worry. Ergo will just transfer the previous application to the master degree you will choose at the end.
Thank you very much, Ida. And I read a very specific question. So I would like to read the most general one, but as I think we said before, there is the possibility to ask your question directly to an email address. And I don't know if we can send it in the chat, maybe.
Yes, for me, for example, I can share a dedicated address that student may refer to, and if they got question or they need clarification, okay, for the admission process requirements and so on, which is info.aae unimore.it. I write it in the chat.
Thank you.
Same for me. I will write again in the chat. So for additional information about sustainable industrial engineering, we have a specific email address.
Again, for us, all the contacts are on the website. So basically, once they have the presentation, they also have the link on the website with all the contacts for additional information.
Yeah, similarly for us, we'll write a couple of emails address in the chat, but with the presentation, you will get all the links and the email addresses.
Thank you very much. And another question is, what are the specific language requirements for attending the master degrees?
So I will answer for me, but maybe it's the same for everybody here that English taught courses. So if your background is from English mother tongue nation, in that case you can directly enroll to the program. If it's not, for us is a B2 level of English, so you need to give proof of that, at least for sustainable industrial engineering. I don't know about the others.
It's the same for us.
Perfect. And another question is about when are the intake in order to apply for the master?
I think it depends on the specific master course. It depends if they are with a dedicated number of seats or they are fully open. It depends. In the case of Advanced Automotive Engineering, as I said before, there are two different calls for application. One dedicated to extra-European student in the period January-March, and the one dedicated for European student, okay, which open at the end of April, beginning of May, okay, and closes at the end of June. All lessons start mid-September.
So while the starting of all the lessons is the same for everybody, so mid-September that's for everybody. For sustainable industrial engineering is very similar to what Professor Giacopini said. So in terms of the time schedule, international extra EU students before open and close, and then we have EU and national students enrollment. Yeah.
Perfect. So I see a lot of questions about prerequisites. I think some we showed in the slide. So I think if you have more questions, you can write an email to the email address we sent in the chat. And I would like to recall the fact that it's the next day you are going to receive the recording of the webinar and all the contents to continue to ask your question. And now I'm going to send in the chat the link in order to get the certificate of attendance. Okay, here we are. So I would like to thank you again, all our panelists, to be here with us today. And I would like to thank you, everyone, to just follow all the event. And I don't know if some of you, or maybe all of you, would like to leave the participant with a final message.
Well, message to the students is, of course, it was a pleasure to work for this event. We really believe that Unimore, although not being the largest university in Italy, is extremely competitive, is very well positioned in terms of, especially in the engineering area, in terms of the technologies that we can offer, in terms of the location, in terms of the richness of the territory, in terms of opportunities. So we strongly encourage and sincerely thank you for the interest in joining us today, and we sincerely hope that you will be back with us soon. And we are, and the offices are excellent in dealing with all this and helping us with that. So feel free to ask to come, and hopefully we will see each other soon in Modena.
Perfect. Thank you, Luca, for this closing message. I think it fits for all of us.
Well, it's
Well, agree with
I agree.
the decano role entails also this.
Okay, so thank you everybody and have a good afternoon or evening. Goodbye.
Thank you and bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
Hi, students. Bye-bye.